Guys, what's up? We're in the new Vexus boat. I want to show you this thing. Had a lot of questions about it. I'm going to answer some of those questions. We're just going to walk through the boat and to show you some of the simple things that they've changed and innovated this boat, because there's a lot of things we deal with as fishermen and they're trying to solve a lot of those. I'm going to start from the back. I'm going to work front. Okay. Now the first thing, one of the most important pieces of a boat to me is battery access. I freaking hate digging around with batteries. So the first thing that's super intelligent about this is the case opens in the back of the boat. Most doors to the batteries open this way. You can't work in the compartment. So it's super smart that you open it and it faces the rear. That's the first thing I noticed. That's important. Matter of fact, when they were building this thing, I was like, hey, I need to be able to get to my batteries. Now, if you show down here a little bit, show in the compartment, there's a ton of room in here. You get your batteries, there's the charger, there's a big space right here for tools or whatever else you kind of need to store back here. The power poles are
it's not only just a feature
motors.
thing.
I don't know if you can see that.
Really save your back top.
They're back here behind the charger. So it's a really good spot. It's on the console. I love it. You can definitely get in and out of this thing. That's
I'm going to have him go back to the back and pull that.
Next thing is storage.
Watch this.
Got some big storage compartments. Right? It's got some of that EVA rubber in there. It's a little softer than what you see on the front of the boat. They've got bump protectors in here, so that if you have your thing open and you just drop it down, you're not breaking it. Okay, that's a big thing. People chip the fiberglass on the boxes all the time with this little piece right here. I bet that thing's cost more $500–600 repairs than any other thing on the boat. They fix that with a bump protector. It's just smart. They're thinking of everything on this boat. All right. Now, and this thing, I mean, like, look at this thing. All right, this is how big this thing is. I'm 6'2", 230 pounds. You dang near closed the door on me. All right, that's a big. I got plenty of gear needs to go in there. So, big compartment back there. That's important to me because I got too much stuff as it is. Now, the live well system has been completely reinvented. I mean, this thing. So, one of the biggest problems with live wells and kind of why they came out with Major League Fishing, I think, was fish care. Okay, one of the biggest problems with taking fish to tournaments is you ever had really rough water. Okay, your water ends up going over the overflows, and so the fish just bounce around and get beat up. I don't know how many times my fish come to the weigh-in scales and they're red because they're getting beat up in there. So what they've done, they got this plexiglass. Okay, it seals. There's a feature on your console back there where you can fill it to the top. And what it's going to do is going to seal that water, and it's not going to let it go through the overflows while you run across the lake. What that's going to do is, think about a jar. Okay, we have a jar, and I have a half full. If I shake it around, that water is going to bounce, right? But if I have a full jar of water, it's going to be real tight. So your fish aren't going to be bouncing around on each other as much. It's better fish care. So again, it's important. This issue actually causes fish to die all the time, so it's just going to conserve the fish better. Next thing, now, we notice here, so I was already in the position, right? Like, if I'm going to cull a fish, this is so natural, right? So, I mean, I didn't even think about it. I was just doing it. I'm going to get in here and cull a fish. This center console has that new EVA rubber, okay? It's going to be dry and keep you from, because I hate when I get on the carpet and got my knees wet or something. I just hate that. You look down in here, this is the best place in the world for this to happen. The thing about the cooler is it's going to be rated, I mean, it reminds me of like a Pelican or a Yeti or something. I mean, it's going to keep your stuff really cold. But I like to have it right here in the cockpit with me because, I mean, it's just quick access. My stuff's usually up at the front, and then you got to like move around with it. I hate carrying a cooler on the boat. I think that's the dumbest thing in the world. But hey, this one's got a built-in cooler, just like commercial coolers. You can even stand on it. So there you go. Next, we're going to flow into the cockpit area. 6'2", 240, or that's 220. I lost some weight. But anyway, we're in the cockpit. You've got adjustable seating here. It's got the air pedestal. Okay, the air pedestal lets you adjust the air cushion to your weight. What that's going to do is absorb a lot of the waves. This is important because a lot of people have spinal fusion surgery. Ask Ryan Brown, because of the hard water they hit. It's going to people running this boat are going to be able to run longer in their life. It's not only just a feature thing. It's a really save your back type thing. So it's really important they thought through that. I'm going to pull the camera my way real quick. It's on the console. Looks like a spaceship. I'm going to have him go back there in the back. Hey, pull that ladder out. Watch this. All right, what he did was, there's an indicator right here, lets you know that your ladder's deployed, okay? That ladder's built into the back there. If I put it in, see, now it's off. So if I go to take off, I see that light's lit up, I know I need to go back and get my, just in case I left it in there. So I'm gonna get the deal back to him. Lots of room, beautiful steering wheel, really well built, hard console. I don't like really plastic stuff, so this is really nice, well built. It's good enough for the new Lowrance 16-inch graph, so plenty of room here. This rail is actually really comfortable to lean your hand on. It's sturdy, so you can tie up to the dock, which is important. And here's the thing, when you put a wrap on this boat, you're going to be able to tell it's a Vexus, okay? A lot of times you go out there in the parking lot, there's like 20 wrapped boats out here. You usually can't tell what kind of boat it is unless you know every feature of every boat, or if you see the logo on the back. You're going to be able to tell this is a Vexus no matter what someone does to it. All right, from the front. So again, I talked about the EVA rubber just a second ago. It's going to be all throughout the middle. I mean, I don't like carpet. It gets wet. So again, this is really cool for me. Good on your knees. There's a, in here, nice little storage compartment. I'm all about my little places to put stuff. For the co-angler, check out this. So for a co-angler, where you can put your rods in, this, you can store a rod in this way, or you can, so if you got one, let's say it's like your main rod, and you just want to keep it when it needs to go, you can put this dude in a way that's going to be, a whole lot different for a co-angler. So you might have that one rod you want to keep, so you can just reach down here from the back and grab it, or put 8 rods the other direction. Just kind of rethinking everything, but the room is insane. Over here on the front, it's kind of the same deal. You put the rubber here, because how many times have you went and washed the boat, and then you get to the house, and you're going through tackle, and you sit down, and you get your pants wet. I hate that. Do it all the time. So it's just trying to think through things and make every little piece a creature feature of the boat that we take for granted. Now, inside this thing, I'm not going to do it, but I could probably lay in there. It's massive. You got room for 10 rods. You can probably put more if you wanted to, but you got plenty of room for tackle here. All right, pull this down. And the other side, this is the boat of my dreams right here. Okay, this sucker right here, that's 25 fishing rods that are in there right now. Now this is really cool. I'm going to show you this real quick. Now you can fit 40 rods. I'm about to say that, but this is really cool. So I hate dealing with treble hooks. Treble hooks get in my way all the time. They bounce around, they snag. There's a shelf built into this thing, so if you got some treble hooks on a rod, you can put let's say a crankbait, or let's say you got a spook tied up. Let's say you have a spook or something and you want to go out and have a spook ready, but you don't want it on the front deck. You can put your rods up on this shelf. Let's show that shelf again. You can put rods up on that shelf, and that's going to keep rods separated. So again, just high level of thought process for fishermen. These guys are fishermen. A lot of them fish on bull shoals. Keith Daffron, he'll dominate those guys up there at bull shoals. So he's going to be more dominant in this boat. But moving around, this side over here, same difference. Okay, same difference. We got a ton of room. Got some more of that rubber in the bottom. So it's just really well thought out. From everything, ventilation, lighting. I mean, it's just really thought out. Lots of room. I mean, as much tackle as I have, I'm literally going to be able to put everything in this boat. And the only thing I'll be doing is shifting tackle depending on situations, like from the main box to the storage box. But a lot of room to put stuff. I'm super excited about it. Now let's talk about the front deck. This is a big part of it. Okay. So this is where we're doing all the work at. We're fishing. The high platform is going to make, now look at the gunnel right here. Okay. The way this is built, you're not going to have to worry if you're flipping a jig. You're not going to worry about hitting the gunnel. Okay, that's a big problem. They've actually engineered it so it's more natural. The boat itself, people want to know about the pickle fork nose. Okay, pickle fork nose. This is going to be a big innovation. There are predictions that you'll see this on every boat in the industry within 10 years. Okay, the reason why, if you go with a pointy nose, you're going to have to run to keep the width of this boat. You'd have to make this boat like a 23, 24-foot boat, okay? So by doing it with the pickle fork, it enables them to keep a wide front deck. So I don't know if you can see my feet, but there's plenty of room right here for one guy. It's wiggle work season out at Bull Shoals. Keith and his buddy are fishing. You got one on this side, and you got one right here on the other side. Plenty of room for 2 guys. Get up here and fish. So that's the thing, ton of room on this boat. I have 1 million rods, so I'm gonna have literally 40 rods on the deck comfortably to be able to fish. And guys, that's the Vexus boat. Super excited about the VX series of boat. If you have any questions, hit them up. A couple questions that I'm gonna address. There were some questions on contingency. There will be a contingency foreseeable happening probably as early as 2020. It's gonna be big. And then, but anyway, I think that's all I got for you right now. If you have any questions, hit me up.